Next up, we have AOD Gaming versus PaRappa56. Non-mirror matchup on elevation. AOD playing in gold, PaRappa playing in blue. PaRappa spawning on the left-hand side, AOD on the right-hand side. AOD insta-deploying. PaRappa, a little unfortunate extra move of the Conyard there, deploying up towards the top. Should enable him to get towards the top tip much quicker. Whereas AOD is going to go power plant. I would guess he's going to go power plant ref. AOD on this map tends to always open power plant ref. There it is. Bit of a greedy build. Can be exploited if there's a lot of early infantry, but tends not to be the case. Looks like he's getting a silo here. And then a hand of nod, so the hand of nod's more forward, I guess. The instant deploy, this makes up in terms of like the stretch towards the top, I guess. Instead of having to move the MCV, he's opted to do this silo stuff, which is a bit peculiar. And we got 2 ref coming up from AOD. We're going to see a second ref here from PaRappa. There it goes. Should be an interesting matchup. We'll see how it goes. 2 ref. Another silo here for PaRappa. He's going 3 ref versus 3 ref. I suppose players going to have 3 ref off. PaRappa is kind of behind here by a whole ref. What is going on? The move here shouldn't have set him back an entire ref. And now the strips are coming down. So AOD is probably going to be 1 to 2 buggies ahead from the start here, just from that delay alone. But we'll see. In terms of vision, AOD's got a bit better vision because he slipped the unit in through here, but it's not huge in the difference. Both players just sort of waiting for the strip to come down. As you can see, PaRappa is slightly more forward than AOD, right? Just a little bit, only by like a couple of tiles. And a strip going down there for AOD. Power plant, and be able to get the 2 refs here. Meanwhile, PaRappa is getting a strip down now. First buggy down for AOD. And second buggy down for AOD. And then, meanwhile, the first one's down for PaRappa. So yeah, about 2 buggy lead. You're seeing the first refinery up the top right corner coming for AOD, and we expect PaRappa to follow suit. AOD opting to try and get vision. Ooh, didn't quite manage to block that placement, would have been nice. AOD full ref ahead, he's 2 at the top right, PaRappa only has 1. And AOD now having full vision of PaRappa's base, whereas PaRappa has not yet scouted out AOD's. So up to 5 ref here from AOD. Also, we can see the signature AOD ref block, super annoying to deal with, blocking that full Harvester's Word of Tiberium from docking and giving that sweet cash. It's nicely done, AOD. We're also seeing AOD's actually opted to go for a crawl now down towards the bottom, quite viciously, or aggressively I guess. PaRappa likely getting a second strip first instead, putting it here. AOD putting a nice flamer in the way. You can see AOD's managed to get the ref down here super early. They're going to be able to hold this, whereas PaRappa's going to have the advantage of the second strip, producing faster vehicles first, and he's putting it down here in the more defensive position rather than up here to be super aggressive. This will help deal with this expansion, so we'll see how this plays out. I will be interested to see what happens. AOD not just sitting back lightly, he's going to come in here and try block this expansion downwards, which is nice. But you need to keep a unit here, AOD, if you're doing this. No! Didn't block it at all. Oof. I think the intention was there, we just didn't execute it. Damn. Unfortunate. That could have been a lot more devastating for PaRappa if AOD and Micro just slightly better with that stuff. Meanwhile, we see AOD is blocking this choke. This choke, he is falling behind in terms of the buggy count now, but he's just gotten a second strip up. Putting in a very aggressive forward positioning. This can actually be quite helpful for holding this bottom section of the map, because he'll be able to reinforce it super quick, whereas PaRappa will have to drag it from here to here. But the advantage of this, I guess, is that because it's further down, PaRappa will be able to enforce the top side of the map quicker. PaRappa opting to bring the majority of his army down here. Since he had the 2 strips earlier, he has the buggy lead, he can afford to do this, and he's going to be heavily contesting this. So AOD's under quite a bit of pressure here. Nice 2 lines here from PaRappa, so all the buggies will be able to shoot the opponent. Turret coming down here from AOD. We'll be curious if PaRappa tries to take it out or if he pulls back. And looks like the Harv is going to survive. So we're seeing the 2 Harvs are now down here for PaRappa, whereas AOD has secured the 2 in the middle. And now he's opting to pull back towards the bottom right. PaRappa opting to use a couple of bikes into his army now. He's going to bring these down. And we're seeing PaRappa trying to push towards the center, bottom. Neither player contesting the top. It looks like PaRappa's going to try and put a little pressure on here, while also expanding out. Going to get the Harv here. Good job, PaRappa. Nicely done. And watch the mass minigunners here. They'll shoot through the bikes. So just selling the silos here, selling the ref here because he lost the harvester. Might have been worthwhile keeping the ref. You don't get a lot of cash back for it, and as the game, if the game drags on to a later stage, it'd be nice to have a ref up here to take this tip. And we're seeing AOD doing this nice kind of concave action. Needs to be careful though, these forward units will get picked off. PaRappa kind of sitting in the tip here, but AOD dealing with it, no problem. We're seeing PaRappa starting to get the turrets out, but he's a little bit behind AOD. We're seeing light tanks coming out from PaRappa. Interesting choice. You could sit these in the tib. Not sure if these are intentional or not, but you can sit these light tanks in the tib, and then the buggy's going to have a very hard time dealing with it. Meanwhile, AOD's pushed in here. A little counter-offensive push. It's nice. Managed to force the ref cell. That's a big deal. It's a nice little push from AOD. And while PaRappa's dealing with that, he's also opted to push in along the top here. While PaRappa's down here dealing with this. So that's 2 free refs that AOD's gotten. This one with a Harv. That's very nice. AOD's going to be happy with that. You can pull these units back now and reinforce here. Looks like he's just going to try and keep attacking into the army here. Interesting. Meanwhile, he's pushed back here. A couple of bikes here from AOD will help eat up the tanks. And we're seeing the MCV cell from PaRappa. Bit of an unusual choice. I think PaRappa feels that he's not going to be expanding. He's definitely not going to be expanding here anymore. But by doing that, he's thrown up all hopes of expansion and just going fully all in here. He needs to make this attack work, or else it's going to be GG. AOD needs to be moving these units, either attacking his opponent or bringing them back up here to reinforce. At the moment, they're doing nothing. He loses a strip. It's down to 1 strip now. We're seeing a Conyard Engi from PaRappa take out AOD's Engi. That might have just secured the game for PaRappa. Man, that's painful. Engis are so broken in this game. Holy shit. So broken. And yeah, PaRappa's going to win at this point. Not only did he get to sell his own Conyard and build enough units to take on AOD, which he was on the borderline of holding it off, to be fair, so AOD played well. But then also selling AOD's Conyard, like, it's gonna be a very painful experience to try and hold this. AOD not instantly giving up, so fair play to him for sticking it out and seeing if he can pull it back somehow. But yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. It's not totally over. Like, PaRappa only has the one strip as well, but he has much better refs, and he's like taking out all this top section of the base. So I'm not really sure what AOD can do here. He's going to lose this Harv if he doesn't keep units around here. Interesting exchange. AOD forcing the engagement here. Locked harvesters as well always sucks. The harvester AI in this game screws you at the absolute worst times. Like, it's not bad enough he's down his own Conyard, he's also down the eco of his harvesters being locked. AOD should reconsolidate his forces into one location, bring these up as well if he's going to push in here. He's still pulling out extremely well, to be fair. I can bring all these in here. Like, this game should be a lot more on PaRappa's favor than it currently is. AOD's holding out here. He could, if he plays his cards right, like, it's not entirely over. Yeah, at this point then, PaRappa's just going to be able to clean up the rest back here. Yeah, he's got 2 rafts left against 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 rafts versus 4. This is really the only army AOD has left. He has a couple units here he could mix in with them, but he wants to just hold the line, I guess. PaRappa's numbers now are quite high compared to AOD's. These harves have locked themselves in as well. Perfect timing. And that's going to be GG, I'm afraid. PaRappa's going to take this one. It was very close. I think AOD, honestly, might have won this game if it wasn't for that Conrad Engi. It was super close. AOD had better control the bottom here. He had a lot of turret action going on. The pathing here with the harves probably would have still screwed him over quite a bit. But, yeah, that Conrad Engi cost him the game. Big time. Other than that, it was good. It's a pretty good match. GG's. Well played both.
Battle control terminated.
You can see here the... it doesn't show you the eco difference, only shows you the resources gathered. But AOD actually had more resources gathered. Yeah, it checks out. GG's.